Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Bruce Hill of New Skills, New You, and we're going to jump right in. It's Sales Success Sunday. And check it out, y'all. I actually made slides. I'm good for building a presentation as we go. I like doing it that way. It lets me answer questions. It lets me interact a little bit more, be more flexible. But sometimes we got to make sure you get all the gems. We got to make sure you get them in the correct order. And we want to make sure that you have a visual to help with your learning. So I'm improving, right? One new skill will change your life. So today I'm discussing a super simple topic, but very important. 12 sales problems and how to fix them. So here's what's going to happen. There's three things. If you're taking notes, note takers and money makers, look, got my notes right here. I take notes on my own presentations. Like, oh, that's good. Let me write that down for next time. I'm like, remind me to cut this slide. Okay? No takers and money makers. Because whenever we do one of these trainings, it's not fluff. It's not me spending 30 minutes bragging about all the things I've done. I've got some pretty cool accomplishments. I might share some. We've got some great client wins. But the most important thing is being able to take this training and use it like right away. Not next week, not next month, not even tomorrow. You can take these and use them today. So that's the first thing I promise is actionable, useful tips to grow your business revenue. Because if you take care of your business revenue, you can pay for everything else, right? You can hire a VA, you can hire operations, you can run ads. If you have revenue, you can pay to solve all the other problems. All right, so that's number one is actionable tips. Two, you're going to keep it simple, short and simple. I'm going to show for about 30 minutes, not to rush. But here's the thing, in my humble opinion, if it's more than 30 minutes, it needs to be a workshop or it needs to be two trainings. That's me. You can add me. And then last but not least, I will make an offer. You say, okay, Bruce, that was great. I need some more help. How do I work with you? At the end, we'll give you a chance to do just that. All right. So without further ado, no long intros, let's dive in. Problems number 1, 2, and 3. Screenshot if you need to. If you need the slides, just reply to the email you got. Put a comment under the YouTube videos, New Skills New You, everywhere on social media. You want to hear yes more often without sounding salesy. Is that anybody? Is that anybody like, okay, I want to grow my business, but I'm worried if I ask people for their business, you're going to tell me no. You're going to tell me hell no. You're going to tell me fill in the blank, anything but yes. So, okay, I need to hear yes. I got to grow the business, got to create revenue, got to create customers. But I don't want to be that salesperson we all hate. I got you. Maybe you're not used to talking about money. Maybe you're uncomfortable when it comes to naming your price. You get anxiety when they ask how much, which you'll learn as you attend these trainings, as you work with me. When they ask you that question, that's usually a good sign. But if you feel queasy, is that how you spell queasy? Is that how you spell that? You feel queasy on sales calls. You feel uncomfortable. You feel anxiety, you feel negative emotions when it comes around to sales. Understand, I was there too. I didn't start off perfect. I started off terrible. But you're smarter than me because you're starting off getting some training, getting some help. That's going to help you get there a little faster and a lot smoother. Number 3, beg, plead, you offer discounts to get new clients. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I look back at the time, all the times I'm like, hey, if you work with me, you sign up today, we'll give you 30% off. That's not a strategy. It's not sustainable. If it's part of your plan, say, hey, look, we have a fast action bonus for the first 5 people to sign up. You can enjoy some added value, maybe access to your digital courses, maybe a bonus session. Maybe if you pay in full, you get a discount. But that's part of our sales strategy. It's intentional. It's not from desperation. Please don't sell from desperation. You attract the wrong clients. No, skip to the solutions. Okay. Well, this slide's out of order, but let's jump right in. Let's jump right in. We have to see. This is why I enjoy what I do. Nothing happens on accident. I say you got to go. You got to hop off. You got to pick up the kids. This is Sunday afternoon. And I'll get to it later. Here is the solution to the problems. I'll give you the other 9 problems. But the first thing I see most businesses struggle with is clarity. And there's three, it's always three. There's three pieces of clarity that they struggle with. The first one is going to be what problem we solve. Most of the time I ask that, they tell you the solution. Most of the times I ask that, they tell you the solution, they don't tell you the problem. You That's a whole nother training. Let's keep going. The next clarity is who do we serve? And it's almost never everyone, because you can help everyone just a little bit, but there's a few people you can help a lot. Those are the ones that are looking for you. Those are the ones that are going to pay the full price. Those are the ones that are going to get the most results. Those are the ones that are going to tell their friends. Those are the ones that are going to come back for more. Okay, that's what happens when we have clarity. The clarity is really a solution to most of these problems, and you'll see it over and over and over again. Now, a strategy. We talked a little bit about strategy on the previous slide. How are we going to run our business? And then the systems are what tools we are going to use to run our business. Shout out to Connie S. Falls. The S is for systems. The systems can change, but the strategy rarely does. The strategy rarely changes. The systems are tools like a sales CRM, a client relationship management. It can be an email marketing tool. It could be an invoice system, payment system. It could be a document signing program. Okay, those are systems. And I can help you with all of these. If you are looking at one of these and you're like, man, I need help with that particular one, leave it in the comments. We'll make a training just for you, because we always reward people that interact, that give us good feedback. So back to the problems. Back to the problems. If you are the sales team, that was me for the longest. I was doing everything. I was making the calls to set the appointments, and then I was hopping on the appointments, and then I was doing the follow-up, and then I was doing the fulfillment. I was the whole sales team. Now, it wasn't a terrible thing for me because my zone of genius is sales. That's what I've been doing for 10, 15 years, depending on which way you slice it. I've been in sales for 15 years. I've been a sales professional for 10, right? I started doing it on purpose. But you can't scale a business this way. I'm actually working on a LinkedIn. Let me make a note of that. See, look, I told you. There goes my notebooks. LinkedIn SOP, right? So I can duplicate myself. And then let's go back one. That's part of strategy. How do I duplicate myself so we can get more done in less time? Every call that doesn't turn into a client is a waste of valuable time and missed revenue. Oh, so you're paying twice. Think about, I created a whole, one of my best digital courses. It's called Conversations into Clients. And I love that title because guess what? What is it about? It's making sure the people we talk to have the highest percentage chance of becoming clients, paid clients. Because when they don't, we can't get that 15 minutes, that 30 minutes, that hour back. And we don't have any revenue to show for it. So while I've never promised or guaranteed everyone's going to tell you yes, I want to make sure as many of the right people tell you yes as possible. So not hearing yes is a problem because you're wasting time and missing revenue. All right. Your sales team has become an expense instead of a profit center. Oh man, one of my favorite clients who wanted to hire a sales team, but they weren't making any money, had to let them go. And it turns out they were missing a very, very simple thing. They were missing a strategy and a system. They had great clarity. I was really fascinated, but it was all up there in their head. It was all up in their mind, their experience, everything. So we had to document the strategy. We had to put systems in place so that they can succeed. And you know what? I'm glad y'all brought that up because I need to reach out to them, see if they need some more support. So your sales team should always be a revenue source, a revenue stream for your business. And that's one of the most direct impacts to your business revenue is the sales team. If it's not, there's some things wrong. It's usually clarity, strategy, or systems. And again, I help with all three. I make sales simple. The problems. Let's keep going. You have a marketing strategy. You need to make this font a little bigger. Thanks for the feedback. You have a marketing strategy. You have a social media strategy, but no sales strategy. Some people don't hear those two words together. And you know what? I'll admit this really is It's catchy, right? It sounds good. No sales strategy. But what's the problem with not having a sales strategy? There's a couple things. It's three, right? It's always three. If you're taking notes or I'm going too fast, you can catch the recording on YouTube at New Skills New You. When you don't have a sales strategy, you have inconsistent practices, which yield inconsistent results. It means you can't predict your revenue from month to month. It looks like your revenue is set to random every month. When you don't have a sales strategy, the process can become second thing, the sales process can become longer than it needs to. Or even worse, you can forget steps, and that can either cost you revenue or create headaches for you and your client or both. And then last but not least, it prevents you from scaling, prevents you from hiring, prevents you from automating. So you have the time, you have the frustration, and then you have the cap on your business. And that really flows into number 11. This comes back to strategy. What if I can color code these? Like the pink ones are all strategy, the yellow ones are all system. I don't know if I'm going to be that detailed. Your process or lack of one makes it difficult to close deals. It's very frustrating to the client. I helped out a client just last week. She was like, hey, I've got to get this proposal done. I'm like, okay. Tell me about the client. She tells me about the client. It sounds like a good fit. Be a nice deal, 5-figure deal. And I said, great. When are they expecting the proposal? She's like, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? She's like, we didn't really set a time. We didn't set a date. I'm like, okay. Well, when's the last time you talked to a customer? She was like 5 days ago. The process or lack of one makes it difficult to close deals. It's very difficult for that customer to pay her if she doesn't send them a proposal. They could be waiting for her. Worse, and I've had this happen. You take too long to get back to them. They went with someone else. I'm like, oh, we didn't hear from you, so we didn't think you wanted to work with us. So what we did for her is we put a system in place and created a template so she gets plug and play for the proposal. Now, instead of 5 days, she gets proposals done in less than an hour. Okay. Boom. Has the call to action, link to the next schedule for the next step. Boom. Brilliant. Simple and easy. That's right. I make sales simple. Everything is in your head. Oh man, I think we talked about this on the previous one. Your sales team is becoming an expense instead of a profit center. Everything's in your head, so you become the bottleneck for the business, and you're constantly needed by your team. So your team is crippled because they have no idea. Like, man, we need this information. You're frustrated, like, why y'all keep asking me everything? And everyone is not operating at their highest level. Give me 1 second. Let me see, pause share. I don't know if you're paying attention, but I feel like we missed problems 4, 5, and 6. Tartar sauce. I'll get those back in there. No worries. No worries. I'll tell them to you as we go. That's one thing. Listen, when you do this enough times, you'll realize 2 very simple things. You're like, 2, it's not 3 this time? No, it's not 3 this time. You're going to make mistakes, right? You're going to hear no. And that's one thing I cannot stress enough. Anyone that tells you how to hear yes and says, oh, I guarantee 100% of the time, they are lying to you. I'm very good, but the highest I've ever done in any given month was 80%. That was a great month. And that was, but even then, that was 4 or 5 years into my career. So number 2, mistakes are rarely fatal. At least in business, as long as you're breathing, you have a chance to start over. You have a chance to start over. And that's a beautiful place to be. So just in a few moments of time, I just added the slide in there. Okay. Don't panic when you're on a call with a client. Maybe you're doing a live training like this one. Maybe it's a workshop. Maybe it's a paid customer. If you make a mistake, acknowledge it and move forward. You'll notice I didn't apologize for it. Unless it's detrimental to the health or well-being, maybe if it costs some revenue, then I'll apologize. I'll say, hey, listen, I take responsibility for what I did, but I prefer to use a phrase. I don't remember who taught me this. They say, hey, thank you for your patience. Thank you for understanding. Again, if there is some negative impact, please acknowledge and apologize. But in this case, it was just a few seconds of you listening to me share some time. I'm not perfect. And I hope that moment resonates with you. There's some hope for you. Like, listen, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the killer closer, the master manipulator. Just be yourself. And we'll put those problems in there. Problem solved. Nothing bad happened. There's going to be 2 more minutes on the recording. That's it. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing great. Awesome. So here's a couple more problems. These are the ones we skipped for those that are counting. For those that weren't counting, don't say anything. You're waiting on your next referral. Word of mouth is your only source of business. Oof. I love word of mouth. Listen, I'm not saying you stop getting referrals. Okay, they close the highest percentage of the time, usually the shortest sales cycle, and most of the time they're the least expensive. Maybe if you have an affiliate program, that's the only expense for referrals. Love referrals. Here's the challenge with that. You don't know when the next one's going to show up. You're just sitting around waiting for the phone to ring. That's no way to grow a business. Grow your business on purpose. We did a training on that yesterday. Grow your business on purpose with the sales strategy. Number 5, you're building cash, building the business, right? So you're pouring all this cash into the business, so it grows. But the business isn't paying you back. You're not sure where that next deal will come from. That's stressful. I think that problem is very easy to understand. That is stressful. Like, crap. I got bills to pay. Maybe the phone started ringing. Maybe things are getting cut off. You can't log in to certain things. It says bill due. Think, oh man, I kept this email. And I want to put it on my wall, but I don't want to have like a negative vision board. I kept the email where some negative items were on my credit. And I want to have a contrast, not an 800 yet. I want to have a contrast like, man, I was all over there, but I made it over here. These are lessons. These are learning times. However, I don't want you to stay there. It's stressful. It's frustrating. And if you stay there too long, you can end up losing your business. That's a big problem. That one needs to be like underlined, bold, and italicized. All right, number 6, you have sales-related questions, but you don't have a reliable resource to reach for support. That's huge. I don't want you to become sales professional. My goal of any of the training I do is not to turn you into sales manager of the year. I just want you to be more effective at being the authentic version of yourself. Just the one that hears yes more often, the one that grows their business on purpose, the one that can predict the revenue and plan ahead. Things are paid in full. Things are on auto pay. That's what I want for you in your business. So if you love sales, great. Well, we can help you do that. But this really is for, I'm glad you asked. Who is this for? I made this to support the most valuable assets in your business, and that's the people. That's you. And support is designed for service-based businesses with a heavy emphasis on speakers. Why is that? Because I'm a speaker. Coaches. Why is that? Because I started off as a coach. Consultants. Why is that? Because they usually run very lean businesses. And there's intangible product, right? It's a service. And marketing agencies. I don't know what happened in 2023. I just started running into marketing agencies. We had some great success stories with them. So I said, hey, let's keep going. Let's see if it works, keep doing it. So we strive to improve revenue while reducing time and manual labor, okay? We do that by making sales simple, not more complicated, not trying to impress you how much I know, how much I've done. But if we can make it simple for you, you can use it over and over and over again to grow your business. And in the last paragraph here, we take a holistic approach to consulting. I said we because I have some amazing folks that support me and I get their help whenever I can. I love collaboration over competition. When you work on the individual to help them grow the business, it grows as a result, right? If I work on you, you grow, the business grows. But if you don't grow, the business is going to have a hard time growing. You know, Jim Rohn, your business will never outgrow your personal development. Hey, it's yours truly. Oh, look, I got my shirt on. This was in Atlanta. I was at, I think it was Taste Urban. Yours truly, author and speaker, Bruce Hill, sales professional career spans a decade. Like I said, my professional career, a decade. But I've been selling customer-facing roles closer to 15. I realized the skills that made me successful as a salesperson are transferable. Listen, things like confidence, things like communication, things like organization, things like consistency, things like self-discipline. That doesn't have to be a sales skill, but they help you increase your sales. That's why it says one new skill will change your life, right? What happens if you have more than one skill? Then your life is going to be more than a little different. So I started with young professionals and entrepreneurs in personal and professional development. And as I grew, my clientele grows. Now I work with tech startups, service-based businesses, like I mentioned before, to help them achieve sales success. Trademark pending. I'll cut it out. And I say this over and over and over again. One new skill can change your life. In fact, you know what we're going to do right now? It's not can. It's not a maybe. It's not even possible. It's not even sometimes. It will change your life. That's what's so magical about it. You don't have to move to Atlanta. You don't have to get married. You don't have to leave the country. You don't have to have kids. Those are all wonderful things to do. I'm not saying you don't, but the change that you're looking for is probably within you already. I say probably because 99 out of 100 is you. Hold on, watch this. So look at the last sentence and boom. Will change your life. For me, that was sales skills. Absolutely transformed my life. Transformed how I talk to my friends, my family. I was more confident to bring up off topics. And as a result, building intimacy with the people I love and care about. Like sales has just been so wonderful for every area of my life. And that's why I go so far above and beyond to teach you sales skills. It's not just for your business, it's for you. And here's something else I want you to notice. I need to work on this. I'm not a brand specialist, I'm a sales strategist, right? But if you look at the name of the business, is New Skills, New You. It's not Sales Skills, New You. It's not, I was thinking about starting like Made Simple Consulting. But it's more than just sales skills. The ultimate vision is to create the number one personal professional development firm, the workplace and people development firm worldwide. So I know the people are the most important part of the business, especially in this world of artificial intelligence. We got automations. People are the most important part of the business. I believe that it's going to change. How that looks is going to change, but it's never, that fundamental truth is never going to change. Because even if you automate a business completely 100% AI, it's still got to serve people. So you can't remove people from the equation. That's why it's New Skills, New You. You are the most important part of the business. This timeline is a template. These could be months, this could be years, it could be weeks if you do the work. The solutions, where do we get the clarity? Where do we get the strategy? Where do we get the system? So 2010, look over here. That is, like I said, about 15 years ago. This is where I started. I was calling 85, 75 people a day, 5 to 6 days a week. That's where I learned to talk to strangers. So what I've done is join the sales support group for free weekly live trainings like this one. We do sales success on Sundays. We talk about the 12 sales problems. The Wednesday workshop is Q&A. I'm going to start doing it live, but I'll collect the Q&A over the week. And then Saturday is Build a Sales Strategy Saturday. I like alliterations, can you tell? I've already started 2010 calling strangers. And I didn't realize this was a sales job. I think it was 2009-10. I was raising funds for a university. That meant I called people, asked them for donations, and they didn't get anything back. They might get a thank you card, a postcard. So you get $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, and then you get like a signed card. And it wasn't even signed by me. It was like a digital hand signature. But I didn't realize that was such important training or new skill, right? Because you had to learn to ask for the money, had to learn to ask for the business. So for you, how does this apply to our clarity strategy systems? What problem you solve, and are you willing to ask people for the permission, for the privilege to solve it for them? Okay. 2015. So the next level of sales support is weekly group trainings and one-on-one. So I do an 8-week program called 8 Steps to Sales Success. Oh, hold on a second. I have something for this. So I wrote a book. This is supplementary. Everybody gets a copy when they join. And so you're like, look, I need some help. Maybe a little bit budget conscious. You're scaling, so every dollar counts. Hey, I get it. So we created the Sales Success Group, 8-week program. It's a group program so that you can get there with some peers. Now, in 2015, I learned how important teamwork was. That's where I became a professional on purpose, because I was 100% commission. Now, I've been doing sales again between 2010 and 2015, but I was 100% commission. So there was no skating by, there's no coasting, there was no fill in the blank, there's no shortcuts or cheating. You either did the work and got paid, or you didn't do the work and you didn't get paid. And guess whose fault it was? In either scenario, it was mine. And so I had to lean on people that were better than me and ask questions and watch them and learn from them. And that's why sales support is so important. I created that for business owners, for entrepreneurs, for speakers, coaches, consultants like you. Say, listen, don't figure it out on your own. You can't. You're smart. You're capable. Let's figure it out faster together. 2020, that's when I started leading a team. I had a full cycle sales team. I had 5 reps. I had to hire, I had to train, I had to manage, I had to do reports. This is where I started to become a sales leader. And sales succession strategy that I learned there will help you create a foundation to make the most of each hire. So you can learn from my mistakes and benefit from my success. I don't want you to go through these 12 problems. Maybe you only have one of those. You're doing pretty good. I want you to have 0 sales problems. And if a problem does arise, I want you the tools and support to address it quickly before it becomes a problem. Now, actually, I'm ahead of schedule on this one. This 2024 is right around the corner. This was slated for 2025. Shout out to my support group. They're like, Bruce, get this done. So we're creating sales success and strategy. It's what they call in the corporate world fractional sales leader. They call it a fractional CSO. Or fractional CRO, right? Chief Sales Officer, Chief Revenue Officer, whichever language. And that's someone who works part-time in your business to help you set up those systems and create that strategy so that your sales team runs like a well-oiled machine. So they'll do trainings for you. They'll make sure the CRM is optimized. They'll help you with reporting. All those things I did in 2020 for the company, I can come in and do for your business. So if you have questions or any one of those problems is yours, we'll create clarity on how to solve. We'll create a strategy on moving forward. We'll create systems to automate as much as possible. And that is actually now in 2025. That's available now. Success, love, speed. And last but certainly not least, I want to say thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this to the end. If you want more great trainings like this, and guess what? I love doing these. When it's recorded, I can create the content. I can do these for free. I'm happy to pour out all of this and dive even deeper. If you have questions, just visit ineedsalessupport.com so you can get the email reminders. You can get on the list. But again, we do it Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. ineedsalessupport.com. You know, this is where, if you're like, I don't know about this Bruce guy. And if you're like, I really don't have the money to invest in those services I needed, but I'm not ready to invest. This is a great place to start. This is a great place to start. If you're like, I'm too busy, that's my 5th one, too busy, hop on these so you get the reminders. You can watch the replays, watch them on your own. I'll leave them up on YouTube. They won't be behind a paywall. I really am invested in your success. If you want to get there a little faster, schedule a call. Oh, I need the link to a call. It's brucehill.online, www.brucehill.online, not .com, .online. And you can choose, hey, look, I'm a solopreneur, click here. Say, look, I've got pieces in place, I'm ready to scale, click the sales audit. If you say, you know what, I don't need to talk about what's next, I'm ready to make the deposit, just click the coaching one-on-one. If you are looking to make sales simple for your business so you can grow your business on purpose, you can stop struggling with these sales problems, it's brucehill.online to schedule a call. And I will personally take the call. I haven't outsourced the calls just yet. Fourth quarter may be necessary, but right now, I want to keep it as intimate as possible, as authentic as possible. And I'll show you how you can do that too without being on sales calls all week. Well, you'll see when you schedule a call. You'll go through the process, you'll see a little video, you get the reminders. It's beautiful. I'm pretty proud of the process. Quick recap. As we sign off, if you're struggling with any of those 12 sales problems, your solution is very, very simple. You're either missing clarity, you're either missing strategy, or you're missing systems. That's it. It's one of those three or a combination. My name is Bruce Hill. New skills, new you. We make sales simple because we believe one new skill will change your life.